So we're going to start with the magnesium. You have a oral and you have a topical version of that. Let's talk about those.
Yeah. So a lot of people are magnesium deficient, and I like to recommend things that I know people have deficiencies in because it makes sense. So if someone comes to me and they're having stress, they're having a hard time sleeping, magnesium is one that I go to a lot. This is just the capsule. It's the magnesium glycinate form. So glycine is binded to the magnesium, and glycine is an amino acid that helps with stress. So it's a nice kind of, not all magnesium is the same. There's different types. There's magnesium citrate, there's threonate, there's all these different forms of magnesium, but the glycinate form is the best for stress.
Perfect, perfect. And then the topical?
The topical is nice for people that don't want to do capsules, and I love that company. It's Roots and Leaves. They're out of Aiken, South Carolina.
Oh, local.
And the woman who owns the business is amazing, but it's nice because it's something that your body is going to absorb that magnesium through your skin. And so if you don't want to take another capsule, people come in all the time like, I don't want to take another pill, and it's like, okay.
I don't know how to swallow them. I choke every single time, so this is something more up my alley. And is there a certain place that you will put that magnesium topical just for it to work, or does it not? It doesn't
You
matter?
can put it wherever you want to.
Okay.
I like it on my feet. It makes my feet feel really soft in the morning, so I usually put it on my feet, put my socks on, and go to sleep.
Oh, that sounds like a great nighttime regimen. We talked a little bit about the mushrooms here. Let's talk about this one. This is a word that's very difficult for me. I'm not even going to try to say it. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, so this one's rhodiola.
Okay.
Rhodiola is also an adaptogenic herb. It is probably my personal favorite, so that's why I had to bring her, because I was like, if we're talking adaptogens, I have to talk about rhodiola. But in the same regards that ashwagandha helps to balance out cortisol levels, that's what rhodiola does. So it helps with that stress response, that wired and tired, that kind of helping the circadian rhythm so that you have energy when you're awake, and when you're asleep, you sleep good.
Properly sleeping and being up and active. Now, is this one ingested?
That's a capsule. So you would take that one like you would take any of the other capsules.
Perfect. I'm actually going to skip these oils for a second and come down to this pill, because we talked about struggling to take pills, and the beauty of that, the stress calm, is that it dissolves.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that one.
Yeah. So the stress calm is a homeopathic preparation. So it's a little bit different than everything else that I brought. It's not an herb. It's not a vitamin. It's a homeopathic preparation of different homeopathic ingredients. But it is in a tablet, and so you do 2 tablets underneath your tongue. You just breaks down and that's it. And you can take it, I think you can take it up to 3 times a day.
Nice.
So you can kind of have that on board if you're feeling stressed. Maybe it's in a little blister pack, so you just pop them out. So you can even keep a little blister pack in your purse.
Nice.
And if you're feeling stressed, you can just pop a couple.
Take it to work, put a couple in your bag. And I want to jump over to the hemp. This one's hemp. That's another thing that a lot of people have gravitated to, is really popular. So for those that may not be familiar with the benefits of CBD, tell us a little bit about how this one will help.
Yeah, Straight Hemp is my favorite CBD company. They really, CBD does a lot of different things. It's really great for inflammation, but most people that know hemp, they know that it just helps calm them. It helps bring them down. It helps like ease that tension. It's very relaxing and very like calming feeling. So I feel like I couldn't talk about stress and not bring CBD.
Yeah, completely understand.
So.
And then the oils, essential oils, topical, and also in with the machines.
Yeah, so you can use it in a diffuser, you can use it topically, or like you can even just, whenever you feel like you need it,
seriously?
Just give it a little.
Oh, smell it. I thought you were saying eating. I was like, really?
No, don't eat it.
Don't eat it, because I've put lavender and some other things and things, and they've melted plastic before, and I was like, oh no. So smell it, maybe keep it, put a dab, put it somewhere.
Put a dab, smell it. Yes.
Yeah, put it behind your ears or something.
Exactly. And you always want to be careful when you're using it topically. People have allergies.
Yeah.
So you can use these essential oils topically, and there's probably not a problem with it, but I usually kind of do a little skin test first, do a little bit, make sure my skin is okay with it. I've had reactions to specific essential oils that are not really necessarily known to causing irritation. So we can have allergies to things. So I think it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Sounds like a plan. And speaking of being safe than sorry, there's a lot of people that have been gravitating again to the more holistic approach, and they are kind of starting to abandon their medicine and wanting to jump straight into something natural. What advice would you give to them?
Well, as a nurse, I want people to be safe first. I want them to not immediately decide to stop taking all their medications in one day.
Yeah.
I want them to work with their doctors. If they want to come off their medication, they have that right to do that. It's their body, but they need to do it in a safe way. So they could start implementing, diet changes. They could start exercising. They could do these different lifestyle modifications. They could, start adding in magnesium or different supplements, and then over time they can kind of slowly wean off these medications. But certain medications, if you abruptly stop them, it's not safe.
Yeah.
And so I do think it's important that you work with your doctor whenever you're starting to incorporate any natural things in, and they may or may not know. So many doctors now are becoming, where they actually recommend this stuff as well.
Yeah.
There's many days where I have customers come into Garner's and it's because their doctor told them to come and pick up something. And I'm like, who's your doctor? Where's your doctor at?
Shout out to them. Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, speaking of medicine also, and then we're going to wrap things up here, there are a lot of people that would like to take this along with their medication, but as a nurse, you told me earlier that sometimes those medications can kind of react with whatever it is, depending on what it is. So talk more about that.
Yeah, so that's why it's good to know. A lot of times we don't know what we don't know. So going to someone who knows.
Yes.
With ashwagandha specifically, it can help with thyroid function. It can help with making that inactive thyroid work better. And so that's great for someone who has hypothyroidism, but for someone who has hyperthyroidism, it might not be good. And so a quick Google search is maybe not going to answer all your questions. So you want to work with someone who knows the risks and knows the benefits and can do things safely.
Perfect. Well, Emily, thank you so much for joining us. We didn't get a chance to get to everything, but we'll definitely have to have you back because you know so much about all of this. Tell our viewers where they can check Garner's out.
All right. Yes. So there's Garner's Natural Life. We have 2 locations in the Midlands. One is in Lexington, kind of beside Target on 378, and then the other one is in Forest Acres. It's in Trenham Plaza. We do have 2 locations in Greenville too for those people that live up there. So.
Perfect. And can people find you online? Do you have a website as well?
We do. It's www.garnersnaturallife.com. And then we do have Facebook pages for all of our locations. And then Instagram is Garner's Midlands.
Perfect. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us and sharing these different ways that we can help to manage our stress. And we appreciate you. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more.